Hello? It's so quiet in here. I feel like I am being so disgustingly loud. You know what? What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Episode 4, Chopster's Hideaway. Welcome to it. Now, last episode was awesome. It felt really good to record something like that. Not saying that I didn't like it. It's just not... The amount of research I had to do for that one episode and it still didn't turn out awesome. You know, I haven't done that much research since I've been in school. I took my last final 2 days ago and I am graduating on Sunday, so that doesn't mean a whole lot. But here we are. This is the most impromptu, I don't know what that word means, but it feels good. It feels good. The most let me look it up.
As an adjective, impromptu means done without being planned, organized, or rehearsed.
Impromptu. You know, it's fun to reminisce. It's fun to reminisce on the past. And I want to do that for you guys today. Now, you know, I'm going to take the time and go ahead and say I'm graduating college here in 4 days. Here in 4 days, right? What college? What college? Everyone's screaming from the back if you already haven't seen the bag that was... Where's the Labubu? Oh, I moved it. Oh my God, guys. What am I doing, guys? Almost forgot the Labubu, the first ever haunted Labubu. I did a whole episode where the Labubu, I told everyone the Labubu's haunted. I thought it moved on its own. You might see the ghost one, you might not. Anyway. Yeah, but if you haven't seen the stickers on my laptop and the bag hanging from the door over here, all right? I'm graduating from none other than Wichita State University. Give it up for the Shockers, guys. Come on. Let me hear it. I know. Yeah, but like I said, I'm graduating here in a couple of days, and I really want to take this time and read to you some of the craziest things that have happened to me over these 4 years. I'm not going to say anything too crazy just because, you know what, we might. It's a little tea spill sesh, all right? I've had a blast over these last 4.5. I needed an extra semester. Over these 4 years, I met a lot of fun people, met some of the best friends I've ever made in my entire life. And you know, I'd like to go through and tell some of those stories that we have made together, okay? So, if you have a beer, crack it open. If you have a water, crack it open. And if you have a small coconut or a big coconut full of that nice coconut milk, crack it open. If you got one of them little umbrellas, pop that shit. Let's hang out. Have y'all ever tried coconut milk? Now, I've never had one from an actual island, like one that actually was cracked in front of me and straw in and boom there. But I bought a coconut one time from Hy-Vee. It's like the Kansas Publix, right? It's all we have. But I bought a coconut one time from Hy-Vee, cracked that sucker open. The most bitter, yuckiest, I mean yucky with a capital Y. That shit was so gross. Oh my God. You know, maybe shipping it all the way to Kansas wasn't that good, but oh my God. Anyway, let's start cracking in on some crazy college stories. Oh my God, we are coming out with a heater. I don't know if I can say, surely I can legally say this. Coming out strong. The first story is, I don't know if I'm allowed to. It was in the news. Anyway, okay. Some of my friends have a coworker that got blended up in a blender by the cartel. I'm not even kidding you. I'm going to keep names silent. I'm going to keep, everything's on hush here. Now, I used to work at this place too, long before this happened, okay? So I am not a witness. I am not a witness. I worked with this lady, if you will, for maybe 2 days, maybe a couple hours, right? One day we're all hanging out, and since I used to work there and some of my friends work there now, they're all like, "Hey, do you remember this lady? We'll call her Jasmine, right?" They come up to me, they're like, "Hey, do you remember Jasmine?" I'm like, "Yeah, kind of. It does sound familiar." She got blended in a blender. I'm like, "Oh, like, what do you mean?" "Oh, she went to Mexico for rehab." Apparently it wasn't rehab, right? Apparently it was hanging out with the cartel and she got blended up by a blender. Now, I may have the story wrong. Oh, I don't know if I should have said that, actually. Yeah, but nonetheless, I guess one of my friend's literally. One of my friend's former colleague got blended up in a blender by the cartel, right? I don't have much to say else about that. That's just the story. It's crazy. When it comes to Wichita, too, the biggest city in Kansas, therefore it attracts the most crime. Now, I've seen my fair share of crime, all right? This one's pretty funny. One day as I was on my way to school, like I said in a couple episodes ago, I'm a film major, so my school, or my college, if you will, in the school, is off campus, and we have our own little, campus for the digital art students. We're all away at like WSU South, just a little bit off campus, like 20, 15 minutes off campus. I was driving one day to some of my classes. I was at a stoplight, and I saw a dude walk into the liquor store with a crossbow. Bro, I didn't even know people carried crossbows, let alone, Dude, Chewbacca made such an imprint on people today. Okay, Hawkeye, what are you doing with a crossbow? I never even saw if it was loaded or anything. It's just, when you see something like that out of the corner of your eye, and the light turns green, you just gotta go. You just gotta let the guy deal with his crossbow, and I never saw anything in the news, so it's not like he used it, or maybe he did. It's just, it sucks to see. It sucks to see a crossbow in the flesh. Oh my God, another story I'm just now thinking, a completely separate time. I'm going to the school again, WSU South, and this dude cracked out of his mind. He looked like, I'm sitting here, I'm not a very tall guy, so yeah, tall men scare me. Okay, sue me. Tall guys scare me. He had his shirt off too. His nipples were out. They were looking at me. He was all weird. He was across the way, and I see him hitting his head on the pole, jumping around, bang. Okay, I know what not to do, and that's get close to that guy, right? Like I said in the Bigfoot episode, I'm in a car. I can get as close as I determine to this man. Okay, not in this instance. He completely separate guy, by the way. This is a completely separate story. This guy walks across the intersection, gets up to my car. He's holding a harpoon gun. Yeah, like one of those ones you see on TikTok of those guys like fishing the zebra fish. He has a harpoon gun. He points it at me. He cocks it back. I'm thinking, fuck. All these years just to die to some crackhead with a harpoon gun. Oh my gosh. Like what? Well, not only that, like, am I going to die by this impact? Like, I know it's going to hit. But then, like, the tongs pull out, and all of a sudden, like, is he going to reel me in? Am I just going to, like, pull in through the fucking, the windshield? Like, All this happened in like 2 seconds. I'm low-key, like, my heart starts beating. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's he gonna do? He fake pulls it, and in that moment I hit him with a... Okay, thank God he didn't pull it, but he fake pulls it, and I'm like, I look at him, I was like, you know, the white guy, haha. The classic white guy smile. Then he points it at himself, and I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm going to have to be on the news. I'm going to have to email my teacher, say I can't come in today, because I'm about to be a witness to our harpoonicide. I don't even know what you call that. Harpoon suicide? I don't even know. Now, you know, at this point, I'm kind of like looking around at other cars, seeing if they're seeing it too, because this is scaring me, you know? Kind of, I want to honk, but like maybe the honk's going to make him pull. I don't know, I was scared. So I'm like looking at him again, I go, classic white guy. He walks away. Now, in that moment, when you think your parents are going to see, well, yeah, obviously I'm thinking like somebody has a dash cam footage, someone has, or even on one of the poles in the middle of the intersection, there's a security camera somewhere, right? My family's going to see this video all over Twitter of Wichita man gets harpooned alive. Oh, like a kebab. Oh my God. And then, you know, worst case scenario, I survive. Then I have to see that video all over Twitter too. And now I'm on Live Leak. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now I have to watch that. And everyone's like, what did it feel like? Not good. Harpooned. I was a human kebab for about two. I don't even know what I mean. Two something, dude. That was really scary. Not gonna lie. That was really weird too. I remember showing up to the class after, and they were like, oh, how's your day going? I'm like, good. There was a guy with a harpoon gun. Do you know what those Wichita citizen kids did? Or not kids, I guess fully grown. Do you know what the people from Wichita in my class did? Oh, yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen? Okay. All right. You know that it was that moment I was like, I picked the one day and the one road to go down that the guy with the harpoon gun, who is obviously all over the place. You know, I never really thought of what would have happened if he did pull that trigger. Thank God he didn't, because I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you guys today. Applause. Oh my goodness. On the topic of crackheads, I have this buddy. I have these two buddies, actually. It was two of them, I'm pretty sure. They both went out for a beer run one day. And the rest of us, we were hanging back at I'm assuming this was our last apartment we were in, or one of the dorms or apartments, whatnot, whatever. They were taking an unusual amount of time to grab the beer. You know, we lived just right next to a liquor store, so, you know, I feel like anything over like 20, 30 minutes is a little strange. Like an hour goes by. Okay, where are they? They show up a little bit after we started getting worried, so thank God. They were cracking up, just absolutely hysterical. We were like, what the hell happened? We noticed the 30 rack of beer was already cracked open. We were like, dude, you couldn't wait to get to the dorm to crack a beer? Like it's only 8 o'clock. Oh, on our way out of the liquor store, this crackhead came up to us and said, give me a beer. And they were like, no, we're not going to give you a beer. He's like, oh, give me. Apparently, like a little, not a scuffle, but, you know, like a little exchange happened. What was that? A little exchange happened. And obviously, they opened it up, gave the guy a beer. And he goes, you know, give my buddy a beer too. Sure. Yeah, they gave the buddy the beer. After a little bit of talking, it turns out this crackhead was talking to them for a little bit, had a backpack on. I'm not sure exactly the details, but he ends up saying he has dynamite. He has sticks of dynamite in his backpack. Kudos to my buddies, because they ended up getting up and getting out of there. All right? You know, end of story. That's it. Why would you stay? Why would you stay? You know, we were actually talking about this the other day. Maybe they should have said something to somebody. But like at that point, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Like, it's his backpack. It's his dynamite. What are you gonna do? I mean, seriously, what are you gonna do? Nothing, dude. Just go home, I guess. Okay, this one's not that crazy. It's just so funny. One time I lost my credit card in the booth at Freddy's. Couldn't find it for a whole day. Realized, oh my God, I had it at Freddy's. Went back like a day later. It was still in the booth. Just thought I'd throw that in there. God bless Freddy's. I don't know if I can show these photos. So I might have to post them somewhere else. I'll blur it out, but you will for sure see the aftermath, okay? So, coming home from the bars one night, I was really hungry, and the party was still going on, and I wanted to hang out with my friends and whatnot, so I decided to go ahead and pop in. I'm not going to name drop this brand, just in case, I get a sponsorship from them in the future. I pop in a microwavable meal, okay? One of the healthy ones. Now, obviously, I popped it in for 10 minutes, right? The best thing I can think of is I want it to get warm, and I want it to get warm now. So I put it in for 10 minutes, okay? I lost track of time. I'm hanging out with my buddies. Don't remember how long it's been there, but I remember pulling it out. Y'all should have seen the steam on this thing. You would have thought that this meal was Thomas the Train, the way it was pumping engine steam out everywhere, okay? It looked like jet fuel, jet streams, okay? I remember pulling it out of the microwave. Okay, that's a little hot. I think, like, burning my finger a little bit. Ow! Yow! Sucking on my fingers a little hot, Oh, goodness, that's hot. I should wait a little bit. Obviously, by the time I pulled off the plastic, I forgot about the fact that I was going to wait a little bit. So I go sit down on our little couch, put it right on my lap, decided to take off the rest of the plastic. And in doing so, burnt my finger yet again. And in me burning my finger, I'm holding it up, I dropped it, spills all over my lap. Now, thank God. Thank God it didn't get anywhere above the lap, if you know what I'm saying. It fell directly in between my thighs. Ew. I don't even want you guys to think about that. Stop thinking about that. Oh my God. It fell, all this liquid from this meal just in between my thighs and on the bottom where I'm sitting, because obviously, needless to say, it burnt the living hell out of the bottom of my thigh, okay? If you don't want to see this, I'm going to blur it, but if you don't want to see it, here's the photos. Guys, it got so bad. I have never had a burn like that. I haven't checked in a while, but the scars are still there. I don't know what degree that is. I'm gonna say at least second, because I know third degrees are crazy. At least second degree burns from a microwavable meal just because I couldn't wait. God. Like, how? That should have been my wake up call to lose weight right there, was when I burnt myself on a microwavable meal. God. Lord. I mean, guys, it doesn't get worse than that. Seriously. For the rest of the week, I couldn't sleep in my bed because it would get stuck to my blankets. Oh. And ew, I remember it was just red for the first couple days, and then it started blistering, and then the blisters popped, and I remember being in class one day, feeling liquid drip down my leg. I'm so sorry. This is so gross. Feeling liquid drip down my leg, looking, the blister popped, and I'm like, God, I bet I stink right now of blister juice. Ugh. Oh, it's just so bad. So bad. So bad. Gosh, I had such a great time here, man. It's been such a blast. Let me think of if I can say any of these real quick. Okay. This one is hilarious. just like every good story starts out, I was having some drinks, right? As college students do. Me and my buddies were bar hopping all day, all night. You know, we're just kind of having a good time, hanging out with each other. We ended up ending the night at this cigar bar, which gives out free popcorn, right? Obviously, we're gonna be there. Cocktails are amazing, live music, free popcorn, cigars. Yes, yeah, I'll take 2 of those. On Wichita State campus, there was, and I say was because apparently it's gone, and you'll understand in a moment. There was a 24-hour cyber store, if you will. It was like this store that 100% ran by video cameras, right? Like one of those Amazon stores that they talk about where you actually, no, it wasn't like that at all. It was this little grocery store almost inside one of the buildings on campus where you could go in. It was fully remote, just video cameras recording you. Then they had like a kiosk that you could do self-checkout, and then you were on your way. All you needed was your Shocker ID. Obviously, being some drunk college students, we decide, yeah, let's go to the I think it was called Cyber Bites or something. Let's go to Cyber Bites. Yeah, it's a 24-hour. What time is it? 1 a.m. Cyber Bites. It says it's 24 hours. I remember online, it said, we looked it up too. It said it was 24-hour. It was a 24-hour store. Okay, sweet. Cyber Bites. We try one of the doors, won't let us in. Okay, this building's kind of big. So one of my buddies was like, Scooby-Doo style, let's split up. I'll take the right side, you take the left side. Me, I'll take the back. Okay, here we go. We start scrattling. We're all scrattling across. Like 6 of us just running around this big old building. Eventually, one of the doors open. Everyone's calling each other, yo, the right gate door's open. Here we come flooding in through the right gate door. We're all inside. Quiet building. Nothing's going on. There's the Cyber Bite store in front of us. We open up. Boop. Open up. Door opens. Okay, now we're low-key running amok. All right, now the video cameras are in there, so we know not to do anything stupid. But like, yeah, you're in a store all by yourselves. Like, we're kind of picking stuff off the shelves, like figuring out what we want to eat, whatever. Outside of the store, I guess in the main building, there are these rolling chairs. Like one of those. I'm going to put a video up right here. This is me falling in one of them.
Look at us, you're sweating. No fucking way, you just fell. No way.
You see what I'm saying? Like one of them gyro, I don't even know what you call it. One of them rolling chairs. Now, one of my buddies is having himself just a blast. Rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. We all think it's funny, whatnot. Now, at this point, we have no way home from campus, so we are calling one of our buddies, hey, can you come pick us up? We're at Cyber Bites on campus. We need help. He's coming to get us. My buddy's rolling around and whatnot. We're having a good time. Probably spent a little bit more time than we should have in there. I remember trying to figure out if I want a sandwich or do I want some chips or whatnot. And I get a phone call from our buddy that's supposed to drive us home. I'm like, hello? Yo, what's going on? He proceeds to tell us, yo, why are there 4 cop cars outside? They're all coming inside. I'm like, there's 4 cop cars outside? Yeah, there's a load of cops. They're all coming inside right now. Like, sober up. The cops are coming inside the building. I'm like, oh my God, okay. Like, all right, sure. So I remember going out, my buddy's on the gyro chair or whatever, and I remember being like, yo, dude, cops are here, chill out. Immediately, he locks in. He's like, cops are here? The cops are right there, right in front of us. I had no idea. So he stands up. The cops turn to me. What are you guys doing here tonight? Cyber Bites. The first thing that came out of my mouth. cyber bites. Yeah, we see that. There's like 4 cops in here, right? Holding their vest, like Loki holding their gun. No, none of them were holding the guns. But what are you guys doing here tonight? Whatnot? Everyone's like, now at this point, everyone's looking at the cops. We're all kind of scared because they proceed to tell us that they got a call from somebody driving by the building that 6 college kids were breaking into the building, which, to our knowledge, we didn't know was closed. So this building was actually closed. Cyberbytes is not open 24 hours, despite what the website said. So we broke and entering on accident. It did not occur to us that was what was going on. We saw it. The website said 24 hours, whatnot. The cops were like, do you guys understand that you guys broke and entering, right? No, sir. We did not. We saw online it said 24 hours. We thought that since it was like one of the virtual stores that we could just get in, get what we wanted. The campus, the door was open. Like one of the doors was open. Like at this point, we had no idea. Luckily, and thank God, the cop did not care. It could have gone a completely different way. So no, I understand. I understand that you guys are hungry and you guys have had a late night. No, I understand. Like, you guys are just having fun. Now, do you guys have a ride home? Yes, sir. Our buddy's right outside. We'll get what we want. No, you can't get anything. Damn. Now we got kicked out and I can't get a Diet Coke. I had to put my burger back. If I put my sandwich back, put my Diet Coke back. Utter defeat. Utter defeat. But, at the end of the day, thank God they didn't care. Because I guess, yes, technically, we broke and entering on campus. But to our defense, door was unlocked. Website said 24 hours. So, whoops. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Not my fault. Not my fault. Now it's time of the show where I'm going to go ahead and look through my Snapchat first of all, speaking of Snapchat memories, did y'all get the update where it says you used up all of your storage on memories? For $1.99, you're going to make me pay $1.99 to take photos on Snapchat and save them? Hell no. Look, I open it up, it says I use let me read. Cloud storage full. You've saved 7,907. Okay, maybe I have a problem. 7,977 memories since 2015. Oh, since 2015, yeah. 31.4 gigabytes out of 5 gigabytes, okay? How come all of a sudden the 26 gigabytes all of a sudden's a problem? What are we talking about, dude? I'm not paying Snapchat for shit. Anyway, sorry for that rant. I'm not paying Snapchat to keep memories. You know what? That's just another reason to not use Snapchat as an adult, right? I'm going to go ahead and scroll through my memories, and we're going to find and pick a random one, and I'm going to describe it to you guys. As I'm going right here, boom, bam. It's going to pop up on the screen here. Went to Disney World. Enough said. The Incredibles is such a good movie. It is such a good movie. Yeah, like I said, what a ride it's been. It has been so fun. I could talk about college forever. We had such a fun time, and it's been a blast. But, yeah. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Chopster's Hideaway. Please comment, please like. This is so fun. I do have an episode of Ghosts, if you guys are interested in listening to that. It's not my favorite. I might not post it. I don't know. We'll see. Please. enough said. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I had for the episode. I just thought it was fun. Impromptu. See you later. Ciao.